Hi, Stephen here from Inexteriors Painters and Decorators, and you're watching Inexteriors TV. I was working away on the house at the other end of the garden, and the client was down there cleaning his garage, but then I see him walk up to me and he says, "Stephen, I've got a window that I would like you to paint, but it's really awkward and I don't know whether you can do it because it's got bars on it." Now, as I'm walking down to the other end of the garden, I'm starting to think, will I be able to do it? Is it possible? This window hasn't been painted in 10 years. We're lucky that we're just dealing with a few cobwebs and a little bit of flaking on this bottom bead. This could be a lot more severe. Right, to prep this window behind me, what we're going to be using is this multi-tool scraper, some 80 grade sandpaper and a dust brush to dust it off. Oh, that hurt. If you would like to purchase some of the similar tools that I'm using here, please feel free to check out the links in the description below. And also, if you're planning on doing any other decorating works, please feel free to visit my tool store. The links are also in the description below. First of all, I gave this a good dusting off first to get rid of all the cobwebs, just to make a start. Then I gave it a good sand down with some 80 grit sandpaper. You should paint your windows 4 to 6 years maximum. This was the bottom bead that I was on about at the beginning. This is probably the worst part of the window, and we're lucky it's not a lot worse than this after 10 years. If you would like to watch how to paint the fascia and soffit, there will be a video that pops up at the end of this video on an end screen. It's definitely impossible to get to all of it, that's for sure. I mean, we can't get to these rebated bits inside there. Once I've sanded it down, I'll give it another dust off, and I've had to use a little fitch brush to get into these end bits of the rebates, and then I just used a normal dust brush to dust brush the rest. The paint that I'm using for this is the Johnstone Stormshield Flexible Primer Undercoat, and then the Stormshield Flexible Gloss. The brushes that I'm using is an 1.5" Hamilton Prestige, 15mm Hamilton Prestige sash brush, and a fitch. So I'll be using a combination of these three brushes to get in and around there, I think. And yes, I did get paint on the bars a few times, but I just used one of those wonder wipes to wipe it off. Tell me about any awkward items that you've had to paint. Please feel free to leave it in the comments below. lay it off downwards.
I decided at this point just to lay it off downwards because of the bars. I couldn't lay it off crossways, so I thought this would be the better way for this situation. This is what it looks like after it's been sanded and undercoated.
Any of the bare wood bits that I undercoated, because this is a primer undercoat, so we gave it all one coat, but there was some bare bits, and the bare bits I just spotted up with the primer undercoat again.
This is what it looked like right at the very beginning before we started doing any work on it. And this is what it looks like now it's finished. Thank you very much for watching.